Hey, what's up, guys? Alright, we just took care of the Joker. Now, if you go to the left of the building, you'll see a race over here. So we can get another challenge race out the way, as well as pick up some easy EXP.
I'm trapped! Help!
And go ahead and do my, heroic duty for today.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Now remember, as we go through the challenge races, they'll get harder over time. We haven't reached any other ones where it's like, ridiculous with the circles that we have to jump through being incredibly small. But this one is actually fairly easy. Just a lot more jumping to buildings. Now, when you're doing this, you got to be careful that you don't accidentally over jump the circle and have to backtrack, because as we go on, the amount of time that you can spend backtracking, becomes scarce, and so you kind of can't make any mistakes. Now, as you can see, after I got the acrobatic skills for the grappling hooks and the grappling line, it makes this so much easier. I can pull myself to the building, pull myself up, and it saves a whole lot of time. So now I don't have to worry about, trying to figure out a better way to, jump building to building without wasting a lot of time. And there's our platinum. Now, I had already done this prior to this, and I think I had got a gold, so my EXP that I just received wasn't as high as someone who's first did it. Also, if you guys haven't been doing it, make sure that you take care of your wanted quests. You're able to do them twice a day, and they're worth 40 renown for whatever faction you're doing them for. So you guys can pick up some early renown. That way when you hit 30, you can get that base level 30 gear. Alright, so let's head on here. Wow, that guy looks pretty awesome. Alright, like we always do, we're going to go over to our mailbox so we can pick up the items that we have got. Now, unlike the other punchline quests, punchline briefings, this one actually gives us a hat, as you can see. Now, the two Joker masks that you got, me personally wouldn't wear them. Like, I can't walk around like that. I just can't do it. Now I've seen a couple of players pull off the look really well, but I just can't do it. Now, I've already picked up the second wanted quest, which is Solomon Grundy, and it just so happens that we're able to do the Poison Ivy quest. So you can go over and talk to Robin to pick it up.
The new Joker toxin, so it's up to you and me to take down Poison Ivy and her plants in Burnley.
Now, after you've spoken to Robin, directly across from him is a side quest. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I know doing the Joker's quest as well as his side quest, and Poison Ivy's quest and her side quest leads to a 25-point feat for the Arkham Asylum storyline. Now, I thought that Mr. Freeze was a part of that feat, but you don't do the quest for Mr. Freeze on the hero side. Now, I've done it on the villain side, and out of all the quests that I've done for the heroes, I've never gotten a quest for Mr. Freeze. But then when I think about it, you only do on the villain side the Joker's quest, and then later on Mr. Freeze quest. You don't fight Poison Ivy on the villain side. So I think that's how you pick up the feat on the villain side. Now, remember, I won't be showing you guys the actual questing when I go to the areas. I'll more than likely skip straight to the end but I'm going to show you guys the first investigation to the quest. Now this one is almost impossible to miss because it's directly out in the open when you're flying over to the area. Now one thing you gotta be sure with this quest is after you free these guys that are stuck inside the little plant cocoons, once you complete that part of the quest and you're fighting the other groups, those guys will actually spawn up and you'll have to fight them since you can't free them. So just be a bit quick when you're doing it, and then move away from the area so you don't have to fight any extra mobs. Now I just leveled to level 16, so as you can see we're getting over the hump, and we're just 14 more levels to go before we hit 30. So we're going to turn in our quest and head over to the next area. And also since I'm level 16, I can get the actual tank guy that's supposed to be with me, as opposed to the offensive summoning that I have. And I did notice that when I use the tank guy and then use that skill that I have that knocks everything down and supposedly heals my summon, it only heals the tank summon. I was looking at it and I didn't see any heal numbers until I was actually using the tank summon.
Can you help me? I need silk spinners from those.
Now we're going to pick up the side quest to this.
That material might be useful for the new
Now,
armor weight
the main reason I do not show the questing areas is because the time it takes for every individual varies, so I'll cut the questing part out. Now what we're going to do is while we move from questing area to questing area, I'll always show you guys the investigations. Now this one was a little weird because you have the one investigation here, which these guys are kind of in the way, and I noticed that there was 2 others in this area. Now I'm not sure if they're duplicates or not, but we're gonna find out.
Forensic toxicology report.
Alright, so that's number 2. And there's one over here next to the bridge. Okay, that was a duplicate. And there's one under the truck where the race is. Okay, so it was 2 duplicates. Okay. Alright, so we're going to pick up the race.
5,
Now,
4, 3,
you got, I would try and do the races, all the races that we come across, because they give a really good amount of experience, and it makes that grind from, I guess, about 25 to 30 almost non-existent. And if you're doing your wanted quest every day, the EXP gradually goes up, and it doesn't change even though you've done it the first time. You get the same amount each time you do it, as well as the renown. Look at this, we can just shoot right through it with this. But you gotta love the grappling hook. You eliminate pretty much all the traveling. The only thing you gotta worry about is accidentally jumping over the circle or not hitting it. And I've done it a few times where I've ran past it and thinking that I hit it, and the arrow's still pointing back, and then I'm lost and I gotta do the whole thing all over again. Now this took me a few tries, mostly because when I got to the end, I hit my movement so I could rocket to the finish, so I wouldn't have to spend as much time, you know, because the gliding is so slow. And I would either go over top of it, like right at this part. It was this part. Alright, now I would always hit that one, and then when I would turn for this one, I would either go over it or I would come under it. Now I stopped it and just grabbed onto the building so I wouldn't have to redo this again. And here's the platinum. And just our luck, that race led us directly to the next portion of the quest. No traveling whatsoever in between. It led us directly to it.
Can you grab some of those seed
So you can go ahead and pick up the side quest to this. And here's the investigation. Now, one thing I noticed about Poison Ivy's quest is that all the investigations are outside.
The petals of this flower are teeming with potent pheromones.
And like always, I'll show you guys where they are so you can follow along with the video.
GCPD radio says that Harvey Bullock went into Ivy's greenhouse to try and shut this down. Since Robin hasn't reported back,
I'm gonna go ahead
I'm
and
betting
see
we
if I
have
got
a
the styles.
rash of trouble on our hands.
Don't let anything you
All right,
see
here's
inside
number
that
4.
greenhouse stop you. Knowing Poison Ivy, she's kept Robin
And believe it or not, they're all next to each other.
free them from Ivy's influence, and they can help you take
Here's
her down.
5 and 6 is right on the other side. Now this is the area where you'll fight Solomon Grundy. I wouldn't recommend fighting him because he does a lot of jumping around, and his damage is really serious for low levels.
Forensic toxicology report.
And there we are, level 17. So we're going to pick up our side quest, and now we can take out Poison Ivy quick, fast, and easy. Hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you soon.
Love is